This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by the good folks over at Sherlock Packaging, a consumer packaging design firm that specializes in food, medical, and consumer products. If you have a legal cannabis product that's in need of smart, well-designed packaging, then look no further than Sherlock Packaging, which you can read about online over at sherlockpack.com, with Sherlock spelled as two words, S-U-R-E, then L-O-C-K, sherlockpack.com. One of my favorite products from Sherlock Packaging is their very cool 3-digit combo lockbox, which is great for keeping your cannabis safe and secure and only available to you and whatever other adult of age that you want to share with. Those lock boxes, as well as all the other products that Sherlock Packaging makes, can be purchased online right now over at their website or can be custom printed with your branding and graphics. We actually got some Sherlock Packaging lock boxes made for our recent adventures in Las Vegas, and I got to tell you, they came out looking beautifully. Just open up one more time, sherlockpack.com, and see what they have available. Thanks to everyone at Sherlock Packaging for the support that keeps this show running. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Thursday, December 6th, 2018, and you're tuned in to episode 623 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. We start the day off in Massachusetts, where we have some more numbers from the state's newly opened adult use industry. With just 2 adult use shops open in the state, the lines at both have been long and never ending since opening up just a couple of weeks ago. According to newly released numbers from the Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commission, the Bay State's adult use industry pulled in just under $2.6 million in sales during the second week of being open. Last Friday's sales figures were the highest seen so far, with $461,000 in sales being made between the 2 open shops, Cultivate in Leicester and New England Treatment Access in Northampton. That brings the total amount pulled in during the first 2 weeks in Massachusetts up to $4.8 million. You can open up boston.com for more on this one and to open up the full set of numbers and charts that were released by the commission. Adult use marijuana is now legal in Michigan. Today is the flip-over day for that state to switch from being regressive and treating adult use marijuana as a crime to embracing the future around cannabis as a positive resource. Michiganders voted last month to fully legalize adult use marijuana, and the state is in the process of rolling out a proper adult use sales program. For now, it's legal for adults of age in Michigan to grow, possess, consume, and share cannabis, but not yet to sell. State officials will begin to hand out adult use business licenses later next year, with dispensaries to open up as late as early 2020. Huge congrats to everyone in Michigan and beyond who helped make that happen. With another good story to round out our top headlines today, we have news out of Missouri that state's new medical marijuana laws also take effect today. But much as the same as Michigan, consumers can't go out today and buy adult use marijuana from a business, Missouri medical marijuana patients can't quite yet go out and purchase their medicine from a licensed provider. Missouri's new medical marijuana laws has a series of implementation deadlines that the state has to meet, with a June 4th date for issuing applications to become a registered patient coming up first. A month after that, Missouri will begin accepting those applications. One of the new aspects of the law that is going into effect today is the new freedom that doctors have in Missouri to discuss the use of medical cannabis with patients. That's now clear for them to do as of today. There's still a lot to be worked out, but the process appears to be fully in motion. Those are our top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz out on headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, Sherlock Packaging, a consumer packaging design firm that specializes in food, medical, and consumer products. Sherlock Packaging can help you whether you need a small run of packaging products or a large one. They're also there to help you handle things like design, testing, validation, and photography. Sherlock Packaging is a soup to nuts kind of business. There isn't any aspect of their trade that they don't have covered. Open up sherlockpack.com to browse their retail store, where you can sample any of their cool products, and to dip into their wholesale world, where you can get top quality packaging for your legal cannabis product. That's sherlockpack.com, with Sherlock being the 2 words sure and lock, SURELOCK, sherlockpack.com. Sherlock.com. Big thanks to all the folks over at Sherlock Packaging for supporting this show, as well as our recent adventures out to Las Vegas, where they also provided us with a whole lot of beautifully printed MJ Today Media branded packaging. So I feel super solid with this recommendation. They make really nice stuff. See for yourself just how nice over at SherlockPack.com. All right, time for the Blitz. New York State is considering a plan to legalize and tax adult use marijuana and estimates that it could pull in as much as $750 million in annual tax revenue from the industry. A new report was just issued out of New York University suggesting that funneling some of those taxes towards New York City's ailing subway system would be a good use of the funds. Hopping over to the West Coast for a headline, we have a trade association of licensed marijuana businesses in the city of Los Angeles, California, sending a letter to that city's attorney expressing concerns about the proliferation of unlicensed cannabis businesses, which they point out as the threat to licensed establishments that they naturally are. The United Cannabis Business Association, or UCBA, sent the letter last month asking for clarification from the city on a number of matters. Chief among them is why the city hasn't taken sharper action against unlicensed marijuana operators. Not a bad story to click over to for the full dive in. As always, we have all the news we cover linked to on our website at mjtodaydaily.com and on our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily. 7 Days Vermont has a good longer form piece up looking at the potential benefits that legal marijuana sales could bring to the state's various general stores, which typically serve as much as a community gathering point as they do purveyors of goods in the small towns in which they operate. As 7 Days Vermont's story nicely puts it, it's not easy to keep a general store open and profitable, and the revenue that could come in from legal cannabis sales has attracted a lot of attention from Vermont general store keepers. This is another story I'd read today. With another attention-grabbing longer-form piece is Deb Borchardt over at Green Market Report, who looks at a small slice of the marijuana industry that I had never heard of before. And that's the cottage industry of breaking down and selling unlicensed and illegal marijuana grow facilities. Whenever there's an illegal or otherwise compliant grow operation shut down by authorities, there's usually a giant pile of leftover grow lights, ventilation systems, and other cultivation gear left over afterward. Deb's story looks at one company that's found a unique niche in specializing in the breakdown and reselling of that gear. Starting off a back-to-back block of Pennsylvania headlines, we have an update on a storyline we've touched on before involving the state's program to allow universities to get involved in its nascent medical marijuana industry by establishing research programs that would also be allowed to dispense grown cannabis. The issue with that, at least from the point of view of Pennsylvania's existing licensed medical marijuana operators, is that the rules will allow the universities and research institutions taking place in the program to select the companies with which they contract to grow and dispense cannabis. That means those companies chosen will have avoided all of the other requirements and steps taken by the companies that have gained their license in the traditional route. It also puts these schools in the position of being compromised by political kickbacks and donations. As Marijuana Business Daily is reporting, a lawsuit was filed last week against the state targeting the program's design. With another Keystone State headline, Marijuana Business Daily grabs a twofer as they are reporting that the Pennsylvania Medical Marijuana Advisory Board just approved a new process for reviewing and accepting new conditions to the list of medical cannabis qualifying conditions. The state will start to apply that new process in the next few weeks, which should lead to the expansion of the list of conditions by which one can gain a recommendation to use medical marijuana. The advisory board's next meeting to consider new conditions is set for February 1st. And finally for today, the San Francisco Chronicle has a timely story up about a marijuana company that is doing some fun marketing around the holiday of Hanukkah, which we are currently right in the middle of. The Lowell Herb Co put together a beautifully designed Hanukkah package that comes with 8 different jarred strains of cannabis, each to be used on a different night to ring in the holiday. Open this one up to see how it all came together, and happy Hanukkah to all the folks who celebrate. I myself am looking forward to the annual Festivus Games. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, zip us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily and visit our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. Thanks to our sponsor, Sherlock Packaging, and to all of our awesome Patreon listeners for the support that makes this show possible. To join the illustrious ranks of the Patreon listeners yourself, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says Become a Patron. I'm your host, Shay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in and starting your day with marijuana today.
One take, Shay. One take.